Hi everyone. Hello. So I can't be able to respond to all the messages. I'm just hoping that you understand that. I'm going to use all those. Let's get some more. I don't even know if they're really crazy. I don't know if I can tell the video. I hope they all do the same. Maybe. Hi everyone, sorry, I am a bit busy and I'm sorry I can't concentrate on the text, but I'm okay. To everybody that is saying hi to me, hello. So I'm making dinner and I want to make some chapatis, some beans and some chicken. So that's what we're having for today, if anybody was wondering. Yeah, so welcome to our channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button so that YouTube can show the live to other people as well, because I've realized that it's like they're showing like 1% of the subscribers the live. Yeah, so kindly just hit the like button, give this video a thumbs up so that you can reach more people. Yeah, also don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much to everybody that is always tuning in when I am having these live streams. Okay, so I've mixed salt, sugar, cinnamon and oil in a warm water. So I'm just going to add the wheat flour, and I'm going to start with the ones I've been using that were left in half because I don't want to waste them. So just go ahead and turn that inside the water. You can measure like 1 cup of water depending on how many chapatis you want. Yeah, so I'm targeting around 10, maybe 10, 11, but not past that, because I do not favor a chapati man. So yeah, I'm just going to turn this while I add flour. Hawking folks, hi, how are you? How are you doing? Welcome to our live stream. Thank you for joining us. Guys, I'm sorry I can't see everyone's message. If I've skipped you, don't feel bad. Okay? Please tell us where you're watching from. Have you tried making any of our meals? What do you think about our channel? Any comments? Yeah, so stuff like that. Just to keep us engaged, okay? We are going to cook and this will take time. Just to keep us engaged, you can interact with us. So you're mixing this just like you're mixing ugali, the same way you do when you're cooking it. You're trying to eliminate the lumps, the flour lumps that always get clumped up inside. Yeah. So for chapati is not as hard as ugali, but you still have to do it. Very essential. That is going to be enough. I'm not wrong. So my other flour was white, but this is brown, and still there's no problem because I like brown flour, and I had added cinnamon to the first one, so it made it kind of look like it's already brown. So yeah, it's alright. It's okay to actually mix, especially because I didn't want to waste the other ones. Yeah. Also, after you're done mixing this with a wooden stick, just you're supposed to wash your hands before starting the whole process. I already did that. So just when you want to like make them into like dough balls, just wash your hands if you haven't. Yeah, because you're supposed to touch them with your own hands now.
Always wash your hands.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I feel like it's almost there where I need it to be. Yeah, so we don't want it to be too dry, too tough. Yeah, so I think you remember you saw me adding oil. So the secret is adding oil. Also, after you are done with the mixing, yeah, that's what you need. I think I'm going to add a bit of flour just to take it off so that it's not sticky. Take it off the bowl so that it can turn on its own. Yeah. Yeah, so now as you can see, it's turning into a ball on its own, and that's what we want. That means it has enough flour, it's not sticky anymore, and that is the plan. That was the target. What's that?
So what happened here?
What? Do you live here, sir?
Do you work here? Are you my supervisor?
Yeah, right. I think you're the production manager, just in case you forgot. Okay, so now you're supposed to add oil, and then you can like mold it with the oil. You're supposed to muddle it with the oil. So I'm going to do that because as you can see now it's not sticking on my hands. Yeah, that was the purpose of adding the final flour. It was supposed to be something moldable. Yeah, and I'm just going to keep pushing that. I think we're going to go get more chapatis than what I hoped for, but it's okay because tomorrow is the weekend and well, we can have breakfast with chapati, you can have tea with them. They're like those multi-purpose kind of meals. Yeah, so you can have them with breakfast, with tea. Yeah. So my husband always uses this cheese that you put inside it. It's like a sour cheese. So you can put like some jam on the chapati and then you slice the sour cheese inside and then you eat it together. It's actually very nice. So you can be creative with it as well, because in Nairobi we also do like omelette eggs and then we put them in the chapati and then we wrap it together and then we just eat it like that for breakfast. Yeah, so you can be creative with it. It's not just for eating stews and dinner only. It's for breakfast, it's for a lot of things. Yeah. So as you can see, it's clear, moving in my bowl. Yeah. And the reason why I'm adding oil in the bowl is because I don't have somewhere to spread it and then add oil on top and then roll it with that. So yeah, I have limited space for that, but like if you go to Nairobi, if you go to East Africa, you will see that people mold it in the bowl and then spread it on like a table and then add some oil on top and then slice them and then start rolling them. So this is done. We need to start the next procedure with it. You don't need to put the flour away because you're supposed to use it for rolling. Just keep it close to you. I'm gonna move this to the other side. Okay, so since I don't have enough space, I usually just use plates to separate the doughs. Yeah. So I'm just going to put some oil on the plate. Okay. Not too much, but the oil's purpose is so that the balls don't clump together, they don't get attached to each other. Yes. So they're supposed to stay in the plate, but they're supposed to like not stick, because if they stick together, they're gonna mess up the portion. Yeah. So that's the purpose. So now I'm just going to make each ball by scooping from here. So I'm scooping and I'm molding them into a ball. You can see that, yeah. And then you just take a pinch out, depending on what size you're looking for. I'm looking for this size, so just take a small pinch out. But if it's the correct size you're looking for, then you're fine, okay? Then you just take another one. Okay. So remember, I don't want them to clump together. I'm just going to keep rolling them in oil, because if they're covered in oil, they can't attach to each other. Okay. So remember, my mix has salt, sugar, cinnamon. That's what I added. You can also try adding carrots, like grated carrots. Still taste amazing. Yeah, it's just a different way of cooking them. Or you can still do them plainly without cinnamon, but you can still add salt and sugar, or just salt, because a lot of people just do salt. Most people actually do salt. Just salt and water, yeah. Okay. So what you're working with, just keep turning them inside into a nice size ball that you want. I feel like your hands can actually tell you which ball is small and which ball is large, and which one is the correct size you're looking for. So depending on what you're looking for, I'm just doing that, turning them inside so that the inner part can come outside and the oil can actually mix. The reason why we actually put oil is so that when you cook them, they are very soft. If you've gone to Nairobi or Africa or anywhere where they make chapatis, you'll realize that if you don't muddle them with oil, they only have a layer on top that is peeling. The rest is stuck together and it's not nice, basically. So they actually need oil when you're making them. Yeah, so you just put cooking oil inside while you're mixing, and then they're gonna turn out very, very soft, like super soft. And you can always use this as an addition. Maybe you can try it with soups, with stews. It's actually amazing. Like, instead of having bread balls all the time, you can try chapati. They're actually nice. A lot of people actually prefer them in Africa as compared to bread, because we find bread to be very light and sometimes it's not enough for everyone, and it's also like not fulfilling. Like, you don't feel like you've eaten anything. Sometimes people feel like that. Yeah, but you know, like, most people actually have tea with bread and that's it. So when I say you have them for breakfast and you don't feel full, we are not like mostly doing, a lot of people don't do that full breakfast, bacon, eggs, whatever on the side, everything else, no. We just do like maybe chapatis and tea, or mandazis and tea. So mandazi is basically the same thing with wheat, with baking soda. So you put the baking soda in the flour, you wait for it to sit and like swell. When it's swollen, you start making mandazis. So you start dipping them in hot oil. They are amazing too. There's a lot of options of things to cook in Africa actually. Yeah, but like everywhere I go, people just call them different names. Yeah, so we just call them mandazi. This ones we call chapati. But a lot of people will disagree they are chapatis. Some people will call them something different. Depending on where you're coming from, I think everybody's right in their answer. So yeah guys, I was aiming for 10 balls and I got exactly 10 balls. So that was my plan. Okay, so we're gonna start cooking the chapatis, okay? We are going to cook them. As you can see, there are 5 here and 5 here. I hope you can see that. So I'm gonna take this on the side, put it away. Oopsie, my hands are oil. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna wash it off. Because I was thinking maybe if there was a bowl that has no enough oil, I can roll it. Today is extremely hot. The weather was so hot that they were sending like alerts on people's phones to not light some fire outside. I don't know, don't drop cigarettes, I don't know what. It is hot. Even now it's still very, very, very hot. So yeah, we're gonna start by placing our pan on the oil. If you have a heavier pan, you can use it, because the one I'm using, this one, it's very light and it requires me to be very fast. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it here. I'm gonna heat it from low heat, because when I start with the high heat, it starts to heat very fast. So I need it to actually absorb the heat and then like maintain it, so I can keep adding slowly. Okay. Also, since I want them to cook faster, I'm gonna put this on the other side. I'm gonna do the same thing. Sorry, I turned it the wrong way. So I'm gonna put it on 1 as well. Let me put it on 2, and then this, because it's very lighter than that, this needs to stay at 1. Okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna grab my rolling pin. I think you guys know what this is. Usually you use it when you're making pizza dough as well. It's the same thing. Okay. So I'm gonna grab this. And some rolling board. This is a rolling board. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing you do is you take some flour, because you want to roll it and you don't want it to stick. You take some flour and you pour it on top of the rolling board, just like that, and then you spread it. You spread it like this. So you're just like going round, because by the time you're rolling the dough, you don't want it to stick anywhere around, because you're supposed to pull it up again and put it on the pot, on the pan, sorry. Okay, so my pans are heating very, very slowly, but it's fine. I can add the heat slowly, but I don't need the heat to be too high, because when it's too high, it starts to like burn, rush me, hurry up, you know. So now I just put them on top of that flour that I placed on the rolling board, making sure it covers every corner. Okay, and then you roll it with this. Just slowly, don't put too much pressure, because you're going to thin it so bad, and when it's too thin, it will stick on the rolling board. So just don't put all your energy. Just roll it equally so that all the sides are balanced. Okay? You roll, you turn it around. You roll, you turn it around, you roll, you turn it around. If you've noticed that it's sticking, you just take some flour, extra flour like this. Just take a pinch. Usually it's just a pinch. Okay? You take a pinch, you place it both sides, you continue with your rolling. No pressure. Don't put too much pressure, because if you put too much pressure, you can't balance it and it will turn into some horrible shape. Yeah. So you're just rolling, making sure both sides. You're going for a circle. Try not to get a triangle, please, guys. We're not looking for a triangle, we're looking for a circle, guys. Okay? So just a circle, and then you're turning it on both sides, making sure they're all equal. There's no side that is higher than the other side. Yes, this is what we're doing. So now that it's ready, I'm gonna put it on my pan. I feel like this is already heating up, but this is also fine. I don't want to rush either of them, because once I start rushing them, they're gonna finish me with drama. So another thing that I need is an extra plate where I'm going to put them once I'm taking them off the heat. Okay? And a spoon that I use to apply oil. So I'm going to put my oil in a small plate like this. Okay? So when they're cooking, once they start turning brown, you put some oil on both sides, and then you turn, and then you put some oil again. When the lower part is done, you turn. But don't worry, we're gonna do it step by step. Sit back and enjoy the show. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it next to that, next to the plate. Okay, so this is showing me signs that it's already heating in the bottom, which is good. So I'm gonna put on the other pan. Depending on your pan, don't put it too thin and don't put it too thick. So depending on your pan, the size of your pan, don't overspread it. Try not to overspread it. Come as close to a circle as you can, because I know nobody's perfect and not everybody will get the circle correctly. Just need another small. So when you see it making these bubbles on top, it means it's already trying to burn from the bottom, so you just turn it, okay? Yep, I hope that makes sense to everybody. Okay, so this one is heating nicely. The other pan is taking a bit longer, but I don't mind because this was made to control the other one. One of them is made to control the other. So I keep rolling. And I'm only using 2 pans because I have the space. It's also okay if you can use one place, it's fine. There's no wrong way to do it. Okay. Also, you keep turning it like this, around. When you're seeing the bubbles, it means it's roasting, so you have to be very careful. You can see it's turned brown. Yeah, so you just keep turning it up and down, up and down, up and down while watching the other as well. Also, don't rush into putting oil before both sides have turned brown, okay? You're just putting oil after all the sides have turned brown. Also, another way that we actually make them faster is we just make a lot and put them aside. Like this one has turned both sides brown. I'm just going to place it aside. And I'm going to take this one that is taking longer. And we're going to place it on the pan that is faster. Yep. So it was buying us time while it was there. Like it was getting cooked halfway. Okay? So You can see this pan is very fast. It's already roasting this one faster. And that's why I said the heat on this pan is too much. Because the pan itself is light, it takes a very short time to roast them. So it needs you to be faster or just reduce the heat, okay? Like if you're struggling to keep up with the pan, just turn off, reduce the heat, yeah, reduce the heat. Otherwise they're gonna burn. We don't want them burned, we want them to turn brown. Okay. That is too aggressive. When you feel like it's rushing you, just reduce the heat. Don't fall for it because it's gonna burn everything. If you try to compete with it, you won't make it. Reduce the heat. Yeah, it's really doing the job very, very fast. I think it's because it's very light as well. So that adds up. So now that I'm done with the 5 from the one plate, I'm going to start oiling them. So the reason why we pre-cook them and put them aside is so that we can cook faster and so that we don't have to rush. Like we don't have to rush with one and taking a lot of time with one, turning up and down, waiting and then rolling another one. That takes a lot of time. So you just pre-cook them, put them aside, pre-cook them, put them aside, and then you add the oil. You start adding oil now when you have enough that you can just add oil, turn, okay? I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. These here are okay. So this pan takes longer and it's fine, there's no pressure because I've already cooked the 5 and so now that both sides are turned brown, I just need to roast this one, yeah, and then we start the process. We start the process of cooking and adding oil and turning. So the process of adding oil and turning, it actually takes longer when you have to make one, add oil, wait for it to turn, add oil, turn, put it aside, as opposed to pre-cooking them, putting them aside, and then taking them all at once and then you start adding oil, okay? It's easier that way. But usually when you're making chapati, some people prefer to have someone help them. I personally don't, but yeah. Okay, so our chapatis have already turned brown. So this is the oil I was talking about. You just put some on top, around, making sure all areas are covered. Yeah. And then you turn this part, the opposite side goes like that. That's what I'm saying. So while the other side is absorbing and frying and turning, you're running the oil on the other side. You're rubbing some oil on this other side. They come out looking lovely. Yeah. So again, remember, you already pre-cooked them. You don't need them to turn extra. You actually just need to add oil so that it softens them. This oil that you're applying actually even softens the oil that you are mixing it with. So it's like it activates it, okay? So while you're adding the oil, you have to check the other side and see if it's cooking. Okay, that's the one you're going for. And then you just put another one. So you absorb the oil. Add some oil on top. Rub it around, ensuring it touches all the areas on the chapati. Okay. It's not hard. It's actually not hard to make. A lot of people find making chapati so hard, but I feel like if you teach something to your kids when they're young, they might hate it, but as long as they know how to do it, it's fine. Okay, so like my mom taught us how to cook when we were very, very young. Yeah, and like I started loving cooking from there on. I mean, I don't know how everybody else in my family feels, but yeah, they also know that I love cooking. So, well, I feel like it was one of the reasons why I wanted to be a chef, because I enjoyed cooking. I didn't feel like I was being forced to do it. It felt more like I was being taught something to enjoy, something that I would grow to like. Yeah. So I'm going to show you in a while how they look like after the oil kicks in. This is good as well. So also I'm going to show you something about how to keep them moist after you're done. After you're done with taking them off the pan, putting them aside, you're supposed to keep them moist, so that by the time they make it to the table, they're not like dry and broken. They need to be folding on their own. That's how you know you're making good chapatis. They have to fold and like have these layers. You see the way croissant has like layers? When you're biting into a croissant, it always has layers. Yeah. Chapatis are like supposed to be the same thing. Yeah. Except croissants have like several layers, which if you can make that, it's fine. But like chapatis don't have several layers, but they have a bit of peeling in between, showing that there was oil that was rolled with it while it was being made, which is a good sign. Otherwise, if you're biting into a chapati and it's only the top layer that is holding on together and pulling off and then leaving the middle layer attached, it means the person did not mix them with oil. He just placed oil while he was putting them on the pan, which a lot of people do for economic reasons, like when you go to somebody who's selling them. Yeah, but when you're making them at home, they are supposed to have layers and good layers. Yes. So the chapati must have the layers. Okay. Also, chapati is one of those meals that people make when guests are coming. When you're having a lot of guests that are coming, or maybe say a group of 5 or 10 people, it's actually nice. You make this with some stew, some beef, some chicken. It goes well with all that. It goes really well with all that. So testing if that pan had heated up, and I realized it does. So I don't want it to sit down there just like that. I gave it one chapati to do the job. So as you can see, if you do this, you're also saving some oil. Like you're not going to end up using too much, like as opposed to using, making one and putting it aside and making another one. Yeah, when you put them together, like when you cook them all a huge number together and then you just start with the oiling, it's easier. Saves you time, saves you energy, saves you oil. So yes. So the ones that I'm done with, which are these ones, let me just show you how they look like. This is how they look like. That is how chapati is supposed to look like. It is oiled up, it is done. It is soft, crunchy, tasty. Yeah. So I'm just going to put them aside and then start rolling new ones. The 5 that we are left with, so now that that is the only one left, it can't keep us there. We start the process afresh, picking one after the other, making sure the oil that it was lying on goes inside of it, and then I'm just going to turn this on the oil that you placed on the rolling pin. Okay. Right, so now we have 2 pans that are hot. Okay, reduce the heat if you must, because now they have been used to speed the process, so you need to reduce the heat. Otherwise, if somebody was helping you, then you would be rolling and somebody else is doing the turning on the pan. Rolling, usually that's how a lot of people do it, but like I said, I feel like when I do it like that, people are slowing me down. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Okay, so move on to the next one. As you can see, I'm just pulling them and they're not attached to each other because I placed the oil in the pan, in the plates. They're just peeling and not attached. They're not adding to the other side's layer, nothing. That is how it's supposed to be. If you don't put the oil and roll them in the oil in the plate or wherever place you have placed them, they're going to attach to each other and you're going to fight with them again to separate them to make new balls, which is not how it should be. Okay. See, it's just coming. It's just coming as it is. No fights, nothing. Remember, when you take them off the oil, you have to mix them like inside, so they go deeper into the flour, into the dough. Because when you place the part where they were sitting on the oil, on the flour that you placed on the rolling board, it's going to absorb the oil. And now that's like defeating the purpose of using the oil in the first place. Also in Africa, a lot of people are less gluten intolerant. I don't know why, but yeah, so a lot of people eat chapatis, eat bread. Yeah, so chapati is not for people who are gluten intolerant, okay? If you're gluten intolerant, I think maybe you should eat some cassavas, some sweet potatoes. That would be a good choice. They are healthy choices, extremely healthy. Some yams, some arrowroots. Yes, that is what people who have gluten intolerant issues eat. This is what I'm doing. I'm turning it inside like that. Okay? It's not hard. And then when it's all good, you put it on the flour that you want to roll with, and it doesn't absorb it. It helps roll it. Okay? And then you're gentle with the rolling pin, because if you apply pressure too much, it's going to stick. And when it does that, it messes everything up. And when you've noticed that you've run out of oil, you've run out of flour from the rolling board, you just add some more. And it's usually just a pinch. It's not a lot, because if you put a lot, when you're cooking them, you'll notice the oil is burning and turning darker. Okay? So like I said, I just burned myself. Always put oil, for some reason it doesn't sweat. Okay. Yeah, so I think the pan has gone cold, which is good because I'm also finishing the chapati. Yes. So now I do this other one as well. The same thing. Also make sure when you're mixing the flour, it's not too dry. When it's too dry, the chapatis just come out too dry. They're like too chewy. Okay? So basically we're done with chapatis. As far as chapati is concerned, it is done. You'll notice that some people also, instead of using flour to roll it, they use oil, which is still the same, which is okay. Like basically you're just trying to put something that will prevent it from sticking, and if oil is okay with you, then fine. Sometimes I just find oil it's gonna melt the dough again, so I just use flour because if it melts it becomes again too runny, and my dough is already like very soft. A lot of people who do the oiling are either made it too runny or too dry. So yeah, mine is already soft, so it's fine. Okay. So this our pan over here retained enough heat. Now it's shining. Okay, I'm gonna put it aside. I'm gonna put this there because this has slowed down massively. And just like that, we are done. That was our last chapati. The next thing we're going to do, we're gonna fry the beans, and then the chicken is going to be the last thing being cooked. Okay. Stick around, stick around. Also, while you're here, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm always doing this live stream cooking every evening or every day. When I don't do them, maybe we've gone out for dinner, but most of the times we do it, okay? Every other day I do live stream fitness at the gym, so be sure to subscribe for that as well. Yeah, so just being motivated to work out, whether you're home, whether you're somewhere else, whether you're on a break from work, you can do it, okay? You can do it. So I'm just trying to motivate someone who feels like maybe they live far away from the gym and they have no time to go and there's nothing they can do about it, okay? So please subscribe to the channel so that you're always up to date with what we're doing. Alright, so the pan that I placed on this corner, it's sort of the heavy pan, so it has retained a lot of heat, which is usually how the chapati pans are in Kenya, because you need them to be hot even when you reduce the heat. So this is really hot and it's making a bit of drama like that. So I'm gonna put this there while I start with this, because this just needs 2 seconds and then it's back to normal with the heat. So we're gonna start frying the other 5 we added, and because there was oil, it was hot, because there was oil on my plates, I'm just going to utilize that. It's hot, they're hot, Okay. Okay, so this one is done. So there's also this one. I'm just trying to take the oil out instead of wasting it by washing. I'm also going to wash it afterwards, but I don't want to wash the oil. Okay, utilized. Economist saved. Money saved. Okay. So basically you're working like a DJ. You're spinning here, you're spinning every corner. You're a DJ for hire, yes. You have been hired, no money, but here you are, just working. All you do is spin. Okay, so I've added some bit of oil. Remember the procedure is the same. Oil your chapati on top, and then you turn it to the other side. I think this is becoming dramatic, but we can still do it here to save time as well. So you see, me using 2 pans actually saved us time, because all these chapatis were supposed to go through 1 pan and that would have taken forever. So now I'm making like 2 at the same time. While that is cooking, we change this, we change that, we're changing everything. And this is taking time to heat actually. I don't know what's her problem. If it's even a her. Babe. Okay, this is okay here. The other one is actually working harder than this now, but this is taking time to heat, though it's very light. It usually heats very faster. Okay. Oil, I'm just going to add a little bit. Remember, I'm trying not to put too much because we are done. Taking this one here, putting it aside. I'm gonna take this here because the other one is proving me wrong. It's wasting my time. Just sprinkle some oil on top, roll it around, spread it all over the chapati. Okay, and then turn it, flip it to the other side. So now the tables have turned, the other one is working harder than this one, so I'm taking them from here and putting it on the other side. Because this is trying to waste my time. So if you're new to this channel, I'm always doing live streams for fitness every single day. And on Saturday I rest from the gym, but I do live stream for dancing at home, dance fitness at home. And every other evening I do live stream cooking. So if all those three are something that interests you, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for everybody that is subscribing. For everybody that hasn't, please, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for, Marife? Don't run, don't run. Okay, so that side is done. This is actually disappointing me. This other pan, it's really, I think I praised it too much. And now it's like acting like some, I don't know, only child or whatever. So, yeah. Alright. So either way we are done with chapatis. Next thing we're supposed to do is fry the chickpeas. I boiled chickpeas. So I'm going to be making chickpeas, chicken and chapati. It's all 3 C's. I didn't notice. Chickpeas, chicken, chapati and chickpeas. Oh my god. It's all 3's. 3 C's. The 3 C's. Chickpeas, chicken, chapati. Sounds more like a tongue twister than a meal. Chicken, chickpeas, chapati. Okay guys, this is done. And because this one was acting up like some mean girls, I'm gonna put it aside, turn off the heat. Be careful not to burn. By the way, the only thing that is risky for cooking chapati is you're always guaranteed to burn. You're always going to burn something, so just be careful. Like my hand where I burnt it, and I placed some oil. It has some lines, and I have several lines on my hands, and they're all from cooking chapati. Yeah, chapati is a drama queen. Okay, basically, literally, I am done with chapati. And that was like what? Ooh, I wanted to brag, but it's been an hour. So yeah, chapati is done. 1 hour for cooking chapatis is not, it's not a lot of time. And usually they take too much time. I think for me it feels like it took a lot of time because I was molding them. And so my number one rule in the kitchen is everything you have used, you have to actually wash them before. While you're making other things, you have to wash them. It saves you space, it saves you time for the next meal, it saves you time when you're done cooking. It basically saves you everything, okay? So I'm just going to take this off.
You have an interesting question from a man called Vitaly.
Hi, do you think that if there is a famine, you will be eaten by hungry people? Famine? If there was a famine, I would be eaten by hungry people? Why? Why, sir? I'm not food, mister. Okay, moving on. Why do hungry people want to eat me? I'm not food. Okay, my chick is almost did that thing. She said, don't go yet. Okay, so the one that I'm going to use is still in here. And since our chapatis are done, this is what I was telling you about preserving them. Is this done? Okay, so once you're done with making chapatis, you have to either cover them in cling film or cover them with something like this. Okay, like this. So you need to just prevent the heat from leaving, because once the heat leaves, they become cold, and you're trying to have them at least warm temperature while you eat them. Also, you don't want them to dry up and be crunchy. So that's also another reason why you cover them. Usually we just cover them in some container, or we put another pot on top of it, the way I showed you with the bowl. Okay. Okay, so now it is sealed. It's very nice. It is sealed. Yeah, I'm just gonna put them inside the microwave. Because it's warmer in the microwave. Okay. So our next thing to fry is the chickpeas. Once I'm done with these, I'll keep it aside, clear my mess. today the temperatures were very high, guys. Very. Apparently they're supposed to be like that for like 3 days. So it was supposed to be 25th, 26th, and 27th. That's what they said. The alert said that. Okay, so just clean up before going on to the next thing. It always saves you a lot of time when you're done. Okay, since the next thing we're making is the beans, the chickpeas, we're gonna grate some tomato, some onions, so I have this huge chopping board. One side I use for meats, the other side I use for veggies, so there's no confusion there. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna add into the veggies is, into the beans is some carrots. So you need to wash that as well. Always wash your veggies because you don't know where they have been. And before they got to you, you don't know how many people handled them or how they handled them. Okay, for hygiene purposes, just always wash your vegetables. Don't assume that they're clean. For a lot of people who are saying hi to me, hi. I'm sorry I can't be able to respond to everyone. Yes, but I appreciate you being there. I appreciate you engaging with us. Welcome to the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Yeah, so you can always get us when we are starting the dinner live cooking. Okay, thank you. The next thing I want to add into my chickpeas is some bell peppers, green of course, but if I had both red and green, I would use them both. Okay, so all that is washed. The next thing I need to do is peel my carrots. If you'd like to try and make any of our meals, just go to our channel. There's always a thumbnail of the meal and how it looks like. Just view it, view the video, listen from the start. Yeah, it's very easier that way because it's not like I have written the recipes down, but they are very simple and easy to follow recipes. Yeah, so we appreciate everybody that is subscribing to our channel, giving us a thumbs up, commenting, keeping us engaged. Another question?
Yeah. I come to thank everyone who subscribed, who said hi, who liked the video.
Yes.
And who is just being polite.
Yes, everybody who's actually being polite, we really appreciate that. Because there's a lot of people who are just, you're like, Sarah, why? What is that question for? You know, like a lot of people sometimes just choose to be rude for no reason, and it's not nice, guys. It's not nice. You know, some people are like, why are you recording? Why? Like, is it a crime for someone to just want to live their life the way they want to live their life, you know? So thank you for everybody that is always being kind. Everyone that is leaving us kind comments, telling us to keep going, don't stop, you know? We appreciate you so much. And so much for people who are subscribing, we also appreciate you. Yeah, for those that haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. And you'll always get to see us every single day making this live stream cooking videos. Yeah. I know a lot of people just look at them and they're like, this looks amazing. Can I really make this? Yes, you actually can. Because I'm not like adding several ingredients and not saying anything. Yeah, I usually just put like very readily available ingredients. Usually things that you can find anywhere. I mean, a lot of my ingredients are already in your kitchen. A lot of them. A lot of them are there.
We know what is in their kitchens.
What?
We know what is in their kitchen.
Yes, we do. Like, because the things...
We have hidden cameras.
The things that I... we don't have hidden cameras in the house. Okay, so the foods that I make, usually the ingredients are in your house. I know that for a fact. Because they are very easy to find ingredients, okay? Yeah, that's tax. Taxation. Okay, so, like let's say for example, bell peppers. If you don't have bell peppers, I always say tomatoes is fine, onions is fine, you know. It's not a must. The bell peppers are just adding to the taste, but they're not a must, okay? When you go to the spices, I always use black pepper, mixed spice, cinnamon, nothing out of the ordinary. Usually those. For fresh ingredients, sometimes I use, oh yeah, for a very long time I used coriander, which was very hard to find here. And it gives the aroma, like once you're done with your stew, once you've cooked it, you just cut it like this and then you sprinkle it on top. Basically, you're just garnishing. So coriander is literally for garnishing meals, okay? Yeah, so like, as you can see, they're not ingredients that are hard to find. Everybody has them. Maybe you just don't know where to put them, what meal to put them, and that's where we come in, you know? They're not hard to make. Okay. I remember when I used to watch channels cooking channels where they would cook, and sometimes they were so fast. I was like, why are you rushing? You know, like, where are you going to? Aren't you supposed to explain this to me? You know, and I feel like from the perspective of the person who's watching and feeling like they are too fast, they're not telling me what they're doing, they didn't say what was that they added. Yeah, I wanted to represent that person who's trying to actually get the recipe, who's trying to understand what do I add, how do I add it, at what point, you know. And people just say like, boil it for 1 minute, boil it for 2 minutes. What if you're not paying attention to the 1 minute? What if you're not using the same method of heat that they're using? You know they are not going to cook the same in 1 minute, right? Yeah, so a lot of those things need to be explained. And a lot of people actually choose to ignore that. I especially hate when people are cooking and all I see is add, and they're not saying anything. They're just dropping ingredients like ta, 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 ta. And like, sometimes, yes, they write, but they're too fast. You can't follow like, what was the last thing they added? What was that? What was the second one? What was the third one? It doesn't make sense to actually be making a cooking video if you can't actually explain what you're putting in it. Because it's like, I feel like it's more of false advertisement, because I didn't see what you put in it, and then you're gonna show me how nice this meal is, and now I want to make the meal and I can't because your ingredient line was too long and too fast. You know, I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say, but a lot of cooking videos are like that. I think people need to like either slow them down or like basically just explain what they're doing. So the next thing I need to cut is the onions. So like I said, always wash your veggies. The farmer has done a good job of farming. You also need to do a good job of washing. Okay? farmer has done the hard job. The hard part was farming and waiting for it to grow and selling it and waiting for profit so that it can come to you. And please just wash your veggies before you cut them. Oh no. Okay, so that is done. Now wash the other half. I need to wash them all at once. Also, once you cut your onion in half, a lot of people don't know this, but once you cut your onion in half, wash it with some cold water. It will reduce the itchy juice. We like call it a juice, like the itchy substance that it releases, that white juice from the onion. It will reduce the stinging sense of that. It will go down a bit. I'm not saying it will go completely, but at least it will give you time to chop the onions before you start frying. Okay, so always wash them after you've like cut them in half. Wash them. And then you're gonna cut them. Be careful with your finger while you're cutting. I know it makes a nice sound when you're cutting, but be careful with your fingers not to chop. So I cut them in moon shape and then I'm cutting them again into tiny squares. And this is not the part where they say deseeded and diced. No, there's no seeds here. It's just diced. I used to hear Chef say that a lot. Also, I have worked in hospitality, and I was always those people that were like appreciating what the chef would make, and I would say like, oh yeah, this tastes amazing, chef. What did you put in this? You know, when you actually approach someone with kindness, they're likely to tell you what they cooked and how they cooked it. But a lot of people were like, you're always giving food to Sharon. Why are you not giving us? If Sharon asks you, you give her, but you're never giving us. But I was polite. I asked nicely. Them, they were just eating the food and not saying anything. People want to feel appreciated. And I was appreciating most of the chefs everywhere that I worked. And yes, of course they would give me food to taste. They would even give me more. They would be like, have you tried this? And they would then explain to me how they cooked the meal. Yeah, but the others were like, chef, can I have some chicken? No. And then they start whining. If Sharon asked you, you would have given her. But when you ask me, remembering this just makes me laugh. I really miss those chefs. Yeah, because I was polite. I was really interested in how they made the meal. And every time they made something nice or something that smelled nice, I would ask, chef, what is that? How did you cook that? Show someone you appreciate what they're doing, and they will tell you everything. Like, they told me the recipes without me asking them, because I was polite. Yeah, so you catch more flies with honey than you do with salt. You know that, right? So yeah. Even if it's one of you that texts me here, they want the recipe, I would send it to them because I feel appreciated for my work. Okay? But like, somebody just coming here and telling me, if there was a famine, do you think they would eat me? What? Why would they eat me? Am I not the one who's supposed to cook for them when there's a famine? Like, what the hell? You know? So, you catch more flies with honey than you do with salt. Be nice to people. You never know where you're going to meet them. You never know when you're going to need them. Okay? Alright, so we're done with the onions, the bell peppers, the tomatoes. We're just going to turn on the heat. Place our pan. Start the frying session. Okay, so while we wait for this to heat up, we're gonna rinse these plates and reduce the traffic that is here. Also guys, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like, comment, share with your family, with your friends, tell them about the channel. If you know anyone in your family who's always interested in like cooking stuff and meal preparation or fitness stuff, don't forget to share this video with them. Don't forget to share this live with them, this channel. Basically, it's like you're spreading the word to somebody who would be interested. Like if you know somebody who would be benefiting from this, or like somebody who actually likes watching, yeah. And we're like making this channel as real as possible, as authentic as possible. Yeah, we're just normal people having a YouTube channel and like trying to showcase how we do things. Okay, so nothing is scripted here, nothing is staged, just normal ordinary people. Okay, so our pan is heating up. It's taking a bit of time, which is good for me because I'm rinsing up stuff and I'm also done almost. While it's fighting for its life, it's buying me time. I think our pan is ready. It is dried up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some oil. Just easy. Okay. And while we wait for that to warm up, just going to continue doing the clearance. Yeah. Basically, what you're aiming at is by the time you're done, everything is back to the way it was when you started. The kitchen is as clean as you found it. The food is done, but everything is back to normal. It's always easy actually. If you wait until everything is done all together, you're gonna have too much work. Okay, so I'm putting the onions. The ones I already chopped, those ones, they are onions. Anybody who did cut us chopping them, now you know they were onions. Okay? And the thing about cooking is that every time you wash them and put them away, you always find yourself picking another one. So it helps to actually be ready and always like cleaning and recycling, cleaning and recycling. Okay, so we're waiting for the onions to turn. I'm going to rinse the dishes. And put them aside. Also, while my mom was teaching us all how to cook, she taught everyone, including my brother. So nobody has an excuse from my house that they don't know how to cook. You know, you might end up with someone who doesn't know how to cook, but like, why are you blaming them? Why don't you know how to cook? Cooking is always something interesting. You can learn something. Okay, so cooking is not just like left for women. There are so many male chefs out here, a lot of them. A lot of head chefs are usually male, so cooking is no longer a thing that you say, oh, that's women's profession, or that's women's job, you know. So just try to learn how to cook. Even to the men that are watching this, please don't put all the pressure on your wife to be the one cooking all the time. Sometimes just get your apron, get in the kitchen, cook something, try something out. I mean, I know my husband can't cook, but lucky for him, yeah, so it's not an excuse for everyone else. So learn how to cook. It will save your life, I promise. It will save your life. I'm not saying you're going to end up with someone who doesn't know how to cook, but what if you do? Will you also like say, oh, we can't eat because my wife doesn't know how to cook? What about you? Why didn't you learn how to cook? Why? Why, sir? Why? Why? You know? So just take an interest in something, take it serious, learn. You might end up with someone who doesn't know how to cook, you might end up with someone who doesn't like cooking, but that doesn't mean now both of you shouldn't eat just because one person doesn't know how to cook. Okay? It's not a women's thing anymore. Cooking is for everyone. And it's therapeutic too, by the way. Where did you go? So I just placed in my carrots. I put the tomato, I put the onions, I put the green bell peppers, I added the carrot, then I added the tomato, then I added salt. That is what I added. So I can call this the first spice. yeah. So I'm just going to let the carrot cook for a while because it needs to. And just like that, I'm done with the paste that I used. And they're all clean, sitting, waiting for the next train. Okay, so my paste is ready. And I'm gonna add in the chickpeas. I love the sound of food just doing its thing. I get too excited. I'm like, wow, is that really you? Is that you? Okay, so the carrots are giving it color. The bell peppers are giving it color. The tomatoes are giving it color. Basically, everybody is fighting here for the chickpeas, so they look nice. Okay, the salt obviously that I put to soften the tomatoes wasn't enough, and I don't have to add it now because I need the water to actually simmer and reduce. Okay, while it does that, we need to go find our chicken, cut it out, do our thing, and then the favorite part, when we are done, we always do presentation and how it looks, and guys, it always looks nice. Please, 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 don't miss that. Don't miss that last part. It's always the best part. While you see ingredients turning into food, yes, and then you finally see how the food looks like. It's just love. Love at first sight. Yeah. Okay, so remember that part when we said we are washing everything? We meant it. So I'm washing the pan that the chickpeas were cooking in. Before going to grab my chicken, because I don't need mess. I don't need a mess. I don't need a mess anywhere in the kitchen. Because instead of like waiting while the food is boiling, doing nothing, the pressure of what you're gonna wash is gonna pile up when you're done. And it's gonna dawn on you that you still need to wash those plates. And you're gonna remember that you're the one who cooked and you're tired. So why don't you just wash them while you can, while your hands are free? When you don't need to sit down and you don't need anyone to tell you, the dishes are in the sink. There are many, there are a lot. I hate when people actually do that, and a lot of people actually hate it too. It's like you're taking out the trash and someone says, yeah, don't forget to take out the trash. Like, what am I doing? And they're like, I'm just telling you. Okay, right. So it's the same feeling for me. Someone telling you, the sink is full, the dirty dishes, you should see them. It's horrible. And you're like, what? Could you just wash them? And they're like, I can't. I don't live here. Yeah, so just be cleaning while you're moving. You clean, you move. It doesn't matter if you're going to use the plate again or if you're going to use the knife again. At least you're going to reduce the others, okay? So don't be discouraged. Okay? Don't be discouraged that you're washing the dishes that you're going to use again. You're reducing the traffic, and that's what's important. Like for now, my kitchen is clean because I have been cleaning every single plate that I've used. Yes. And it's just a routine thing for me. I just love doing it. I also don't like messy. When things are in the wrong place, I feel like I'm getting pressure from nowhere. My blood pressure is rising. The house is turning into flames. So I'm those people who just feel like they're in a tight corner when the house is a mess. You can call it OCD, but nah, I don't know. I just don't like mess. When things are messy, they annoy me. And I feel a certain pressure, like I'm not breathing properly. So that's me. Okay, so I'm done with that. The next thing I'm gonna grab, I can't wash this yet because remember, I still need to turn the milk. I think you guys can see it from here when it's boiling. Okay, so let me go grab the meat. Okay, so this is our chicken. Let's slice it up. Yeah, and it's also very, very frozen. So I'm ready for war. When you go around, get loose that Beyonce song. Okay, remember guys, I said my chopping board is so huge. I use different size for different things. Yeah, and my chicken is sealed in plain film, so don't worry. Do not worry yourself, children. Do not worry. Everything is fine. Everything is going to be fine. Okay? I promise I'm not going crazy. I just have these monologues in my head and I'm consulting the expert, which is me, in everything, and so sometimes it's just we are having a joke, a moment of a joke in time. Okay, so introducing the leaf side. Just like well. Who is this person who keeps asking me, what will I do if hungry people want to eat me? Oh, my goodness. At this time, you're being funny. I mean, I don't know. What do you want me to do, run? Or you want me to stick around and wait? What is your name? Vitali? 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 Is that it? Vitali? Vitalie? What is your name, sir? Babe? Can you check if Vitali was the same person asking me if people can eat me during famine? Somebody asked me, like, what am I gonna do if people are going to eat me? I don't know what.
You're Kenyan, you can outrun them.
He doesn't know that.
I don't think that you'll just outrun them because you're Kenyan.
That's why I keep asking, like, why does he keep asking me? Okay, fine, Vitali, I'm Kenyan. I can outrun them. Are you happy now? What else do you want to know? If they catch me and they eat me, fine. Then it was meant to be. Okay? I keep wondering, like, why? Why? Okay, so they're both very, very frozen. And I only need to use one. So I'm just going to melt. While we wait, we're going to melt it. Okay, Vitali, I will outrun them. I'm Kenyan, so outrunning people is not so hard for me. It's not so hard for us Kenyans, okay? Have you seen us going to demonstrations? Yeah, you should see that scene as well. We outrun the cops. Also, anything with cinnamon always smells nice. Be it eggs, be it cake, anything. Anything you put cinnamon into always has this very nice aroma. That's why I always put cinnamon in my chapatis. Okay, so you should try it, guys. A lot of these things, you should try them at home. If you get the time, that is. Otherwise, Vitaly is going to keep asking me, what will I do if people want to eat me? Why would people want to eat me? Are you watching a movie right now, Vitaly? Are people getting chased? And is it a horror movie or something? You need to explain the context of this. So my water has reduced from where it was, but it's still not in the point where I need it. So I'm still going to let it sit here for a while. Okay? And not just that, I'm going to cover it. Let's see. We have a lid that's enough. I think that fits in well. In the meantime, I'm going to blend my tomato because it's the last one that I have for the chicken. And I hope the chicken doesn't cook well. And I hope my power doesn't run out as well. Also, depending on where the water is in your beans or your stew, after it has reduced, just reduce the heat as well. So I'm also going to reduce my heat for the beans, for the chickpeas. Yes, I'm going to reduce some heat because I don't need it to cook on full heat because the water is going to keep reducing rapidly, and I just need it to reduce to some level, not all of it. Okay. Also guys, while you're here, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We're really trying to grow the channel. Okay, so I just rinsed that because now I'm done with it completely. Use it again. Yeah, like I said, you should reduce the heat. I just placed mine at 1 from 6. Okay. So as you can see, my chicken is not a lot. Yeah, and my husband doesn't like chicken on bones. I'm just separating them. Okay, good for your wife, son. My goodness. Did you ask your wife permission before you talked about her hair? Vasilia. I forgot the name. Okay, so I'm gonna put this aside. Vitali apparently wants big people to be eaten, so I'm happy for him. And the people that are gonna eat those people that he wants eaten, so we can move on now that he's found somebody to eat. Okay. So we wait for the pan to heat. Chicken from here is not as tough as chicken from Africa, so basically it doesn't sit a long time in the heat in the pan. So I just put some oil, add the chicken, cook it until it's well done, no more blood, and then I add all my ingredients, which is tomatoes and onions, and then some spices, and that's it. And then we're gonna serve, and you guys gonna see how the final meal actually looks like. That's it. Yep. So I forgot that I turned my heat to 1, so I have to turn it back to 6. Yes. And when I said you're supposed to wipe things, you're also supposed to wipe your stove when you're done. Yeah, I just usually wipe the parts that I've not used, or the parts that I used earlier. Yes. Guys, can you please respond to Vitali? He's looking for a lot of answers from a lot of people. He's probably the last man-eater on the planet. Are you seeing him? He's probably the last man-eater on the planet, right? No.
Italian.
No.
When the Nazi Germans occupied Leningrad during World War II, there were cases in Leningrad of cannibalism and they were punished by death. So I guess hungry people won't be happy to eat your wife.
Yeah.
Now you can go to sleep. Thank
Please.
you.
Please. He's been looking for answers for a long time. My God, I wasn't supposed to put the onions. Vitali confused me. Vitali, why? So I'm gonna take them out because I need to put the chicken first. And I need the chicken to actually come. I'm supposed to start with the chicken, and thanks to Vitaly, I wasn't thinking straight. I was just thinking of people coming to eat. And also say hi to your wife, okay? Farah, hi. Farah, thank you for joining us. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We are making live cooking and we're making dinner. So we're just hoping to serve it in a few minutes. So we're making a lot of meals because it's going to be until for tomorrow. So it took long because of that. And yeah. But I hope you guys stick around for the serving. You can actually see how it looks when it's done and when it's combined together. So guys, continue subscribing, continue liking the video. Yeah. We wanted to reach as many people as possible. And we appreciate everybody that is subscribing to the channel. Everybody that is keeping us engaged. Telling us about their life, their story. Like Vitaly over there. Ursula, hi. Ursula said hi. Hi, Ursula. So basically I need my chicken to turn brown on both sides before turning it around, okay? And this pan is proving me wrong. It's telling me I picked the wrong one. The chicken from here is very, very soft, but that doesn't mean like you're going to undercook it or just like leave some parts with blood or something like that, like you're making some medium rare food.
Someone's asking which is your favorite song?
Do I?
Which is your favorite song? Someone is asking.
Who is it? Oh, everyone asked my favorite song.
Which is your favorite song?
My favorite kind of music or my favorite song? And somebody's saying super bass. What's your favorite song, super bass? It's Nicki Minaj. No, I mean...
Someone says that Bigfoot exists. Yeah, Bigfoot exists. Here I am. Hi.
They're probably just being funny. Oh, hi. Somebody say hi. Oh, hi. So basically, I don't think I have a favorite. I do have a couple of my favorite songs, like Ella May's This Is, but I also have a lot of other songs that I love that are in Swahili, and like if I mention them here, you're either not going to understand them or you're not going to get who the musician is. But in terms of music, I don't have a favorite type of music. I think music speaks to the soul. Like somebody can be singing a song in a totally different language that you don't actually understand, but the way your body is translating the message and the music, you're just feeling some goosebumps. You don't even know what they're saying actually, but you're like, this is something, this is getting to me, you know. So yeah, so with music I'm like that. So Vinny said hi. Venice said hi. Hi Venice, welcome to our channel. So we're making dinner, and yeah, we know it's late, but we're on the final part of the meal, and we just like you guys to stick around, subscribe to the channel, and you can see how the final meal actually looks like, the final presentation. And these people who actually care about not only how the food is made, but how it's presented. Okay, how anything is presented can make somebody who wasn't hungry want to eat actually. So it's very important. That's why restaurants actually plate their meals in a way that is exciting to the eye. It makes you want to eat. Like, let's say you are starving and you had some chicken wings from your favorite restaurant, and well, you didn't feel like cooking and you didn't feel like going there. And once maybe you log into online, their site, you start scrolling and you see the chicken and how it's always presented, and you're like, okay, fine, I'm gonna order. The only reason you're ordering is because you like how it's presented. The same should be done at home. Don't just serve your meals in a way that is not exciting to your eyes. Serve them in a way that you also want to be served in restaurants. You also want to feel like, what?
Mr. Bigfoot is asking if you have ever had lice.
What?
Mr. Bigfoot is asking if you ever had lice.
If I ever had lice,
Yeah.
like had lice infestation incoming. Where? Where, sir? My hair is clean and washed. Maybe you should tell us where the infestation of lice is coming from. Yeah. What is his name? Oh, he's the one who asked about Bigfoot.
Probably he thinks I have lice.
Maybe he didn't. Nobody has lice, sir.
Yeah. Even I don't.
But you should tell us. Maybe you're the lice expert. Tell us more. Like, tell us. Have you had lice?
But if someone is asking about lice that
Yes.
make your pants burn, then here are lots of we lie a lot.
Yeah, like the lice that set your pants on fire. Those lies, those ones we are experts in, yeah. So, if that is the lies you're asking,
Liar.
those ones, we are good at those. But the lies in hair, no, that's just you. It's just a you problem. That sounds like a you problem. We are fine. We don't have lies. There's no lies infestation anywhere. And if you're like talking about that because of my hair, I'm African. I have kinky hair. It doesn't mean it has lice. So
We have a friend from Grenada.
really,
Yeah.
Grenada. First time on live with you. I am from Grenada. Hi, thank you so much for joining us. I don't even have any idea where.
In the Caribbean Sea.
In the Caribbean. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that is so far. Thank you so much for being here with us, Venice. I hope you subscribe so you can see our live every single day. We do these lives every single evening for meal preparation, and then I do live stream for fitness every single day as well. I rest from the gym on Saturday, and during that Saturday I do dance fitness at home.
Yeah.
So you should subscribe to that
During
as well.
Saturday I danced Caribbean music.
Liar! He can't dance. He has 2 left feet. He can't dance. Stop lying to people. Okay, Venice, thank you so much for joining us. Oh my God, a lot of people are actually watching our live streams. Thank you guys so much for being here with us, okay? Please stick around for the presentation now that my chicken is almost done. Okay, so basically chicken from here is very tender, it's very soft, but it doesn't mean that you should undercook it, okay? Just make sure the blood is gone, it's roasted on both sides. What?
We have a message from Mr. Bigfoot asking if we have any diamonds for sale.
He has to left with says.
Mr. For diamonds, maybe you need to ask those big companies
Any
that
diamonds for sale?
farm
What?
diamonds in Africa. Not us, we don't farm diamonds in Africa.
This is a bit wild.
Or maybe ask some African leader who like make these
Who wants
contacts.
some diamonds?
Yeah.
Why is he asking us for diamonds though? Are you CIA? Why? How does this connect to food? Sir, really? You could ask any question, but you ask about diamonds? How? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, so I just added my tomatoes. After I added my onions, when they turn brown, I add some tomatoes. And now I'm going to add some salt. The salt actually helps the tomatoes cook faster. Okay? Guys, be with me, follow me. Okay? Stay with me. Right, so I just added some salt. The next thing I'm going to add is black pepper. I don't want it to be too spicy, so I'm going to use the black pepper from here. I'm just going to grind it a little. Yep, that's gonna be enough. So I'm just waiting for my tomatoes to actually soften up. And we're almost serving now. Yeah, the salt is fine. The salt is fine. Okay. I'm gonna put my black pepper in the last moment after my tomatoes are done. Okay, so the next thing we're adding is the black pepper. Okay, very simple. Tomato, onions, black pepper. Actually, onions, tomato, black pepper. Okay, and since it's chicken, I always use mustard and hot sauce, hot and sweet sauce. So I'm just gonna do a drop of both, and be sure not to add too much, because otherwise it's gonna change the taste a lot. Because my chicken is not much, but depending on how the size, the quality of your meal, you can add the appropriate size. Okay, so mustard, hot and sweet, just a drop. It helps thicken the paste stew that is made with the tomatoes and the onions. Okay. Oops. Somebody ask something again?
Yes, sir. This is Voodoo Cooking channel, and in case you ask something more, we have your dough here, so you should know.
He's saying what? You're cooking voodoo?
Yeah, Voodoo Cooking channel.
Oh my God! Are you interested in voodoo cooking, sir? Is that what you're looking for on the internet that you
Voodoo.
stumble?
We have his voodoo dough. Yeah.
Is that what he was looking for and then he stumbled on this? Okay. So now, my chicken is ready. My beans are ready. It's that time I've been telling you about.
And in case you ask, we also have infections in a bottle. Do you want us to send you some?
He's saying blood diamonds.
Yeah,
Wow.
and all kinds of diseases.
He's called Alan. Jihad. Okay, since my chicken is done, I completely turned off the heat, but it needs to stay there because I'm coming back with my chapati for presentation. Yay! Okay guys, don't mind these other people that are trying to be rude and mean. Yeah, he's like, chicken, watermelon, and fried chicken. Bro,
No,
that's something.
It's only chicken. The watermelon runs to Germany.
I think he's trying to be racist so bad. He's fighting for his life. Who cares? He's still racist. He's trying to get to us, and he just sees that we keep laughing. We're not getting offended. You just keep being mean. It's on you. Kefe, is that your name? Alan Kefe? Yeah, it's on you, Kefe. Do you. Whatever you're trying to do, just do you, okay? We're not going to mind what you're gonna do. It's your life. Alright? So guys, As you can see, we are coming to an end of our presentation, and this is us. Okay, so I just finished plating the beans. Next thing I'm going to do is the chicken. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about this chicken. The paste, the taste, it's giving 5-star restaurants. It's giving, I want you to buy this meal. It's giving tasty. It's giving exciting. Okay? Okay, so guys, this is our meal. Final presentation. Take a look at it.
Have you heard about Saraka Desert?
He's trying to say Sahara and he says
No, he said
Saraha.
Saraka. I don't know about Saraka Desert.
And then he
Where
goes,
is it?
chocolate princess. Okay, Alan, sit down. Wait, guys, so this is the final presentation. Don't mind Alan, he's just being a goofy guy, okay? So this is our final presentation. You have your chickpeas over here cooked with carrots and some tomatoes and some onions and some green bell peppers. And then you have your spicy, sticky chicken over here with some black pepper, hot and sweet sauce, and some mustard. And then you have your chapati that has cinnamon. Just in case you're allergic to cinnamon, you should know this if you're invited to this dinner. You have cinnamon, salt, sugar in the chapati. So this is our presentation. This is our final presentation, and this is our meal, our lovely meal. And I hope to see you every single time we do these live streams over here.
Yeah, and also we do videos specifically for members. We show how to do voodoo magic. Our first guest will be Alan.
Alan, we will host you for the voodoo magic. Okay? So guys, I do this live stream every single day.
Vitaly.
Yes, I do this live streams every single day. Don't mind those people that are being rude. It's just how they were raised, okay? So thank you for watching. I hope to see you again tomorrow. I hope to see you again every single time I'm doing the live stream. I always do live cooking live streams in the evening, and then I do live fitness every single day. On Saturday I rest from the gym, and when I rest from the gym I do dance fitness at home. So it's gonna be tomorrow, guys. Those that are joining us just now, thank you so much, but we have to go now. We love you. Bye. Hope to see you tomorrow. See you. Good night. This is our meal. Just look at it for the final time. Yeah. Bye. Bye, Nathan.